I'm Mordecai the Cross, and there's a thin line between prophecy and outright insanity. And in this Paranormal Plus episode, we're going to explore that thin line. So, this particular person we're going to talk about, the reason it's in this Paranormal Plus video, if you will, is because a lot of the attributes to her is very paranormal in nature. Mother Shipton, who was born in the year 1488 and died in 1561, also barely spelt as Ursula Southhill, Ursula Soothtel, or Ursula Sunthale, popularly known as Mother Shipton, is said to have been an English soothsayer and prophetess. To a lot of people, she was often described as a witch and is associated with folklore involving the origin of the rollright stones of Oxfordshire. Reportedly, a king and his men were transformed to stone after failing her test. William Camden reported an account of this in a rhyming version in 1610. The first edition of her prophecy was printed in 1641, 80 years after her reported death. These particular prophecies, if you will, were foretold before the events themselves, and people that were there at the time wrote down in documentation that the prophecies that she said came to be true. Okay, so Mother Shipton was born in a cave. She was born as Ursula Samthail in 1488 to the 15-year-old Agatha Soothtail in a cave in North Yorkshire outside of the town Knaresborough. The earliest sources of her birth and life were collected in 1667 by author and biographer Richard Head and later by J. Connors in 1686. Both sources, 1667 and the 1686, state that Shipton was born to a violent thunderstorm and was deformed, ugly, and born with a hunchback and bulging eyes. The sources state that she cackled instead of crying after being born, and as she did, the previously raging storms ceased. As Mother Shipton grew older, she gained knowledge of plants and herbs and became an invaluable resource for the townspeople as an herbalist. The respect she earned from what she was doing actually helped her meet local carpenter Toby Shipton. When she was 24 years old, they married. And from this point on, she adopted her husband's surname and became what people know as Mother Shipton. Now, of course, rumors that she was supposedly devil worshiper or anything like that, it obviously was just because how she was different and complete utter nonsense. Most likely she could have been a early witch, but not in the sense that Christians think of witches. There had been this woman who'd stolen the clothing and couldn't stop herself from putting the smock over her clothes and petticoat in her hand. And she marched to town. When she arrived at Mark Crush, she began dancing straight for Mother Shipton, and all the while singing, I stole my neighbor's smock and coat, I'm a thief. When she reached Mother Shipton, she took off her smock, handed it over, and left. So that's an interesting story, if you will, as that's how much power Mother Shipton had in that particular area. But now we're going to finally get to her prophecies. Water shall come over Ouse Bridge, and a windmill shall be set upon a tower, and an elm tree shall lie at every man's door. So that was one of the prophecies, sorry, if you will, that she had made. And basically, the river Ouse was the river next to York and Osey Bridge over the river. The prophecy meant to nothing of the people of York until the town got a piped water system. The system brought across Ouse Bridge in pipes to a windmill that drew up this water into the pipes. The pipes they were used were made out of elm trees, and the pipes came to every man's door, delivering water throughout the town. Before Ouse Bridge and Trinity Church meet, what is built in the day shall fall in the night, till the highest stone in the church be the lowest stone of the bridge. So that was another prophecy of Mother Shipton's, if you will. Now, not long after she uttered this prophecy, a huge storm fell over York. During the storm, the steeple that was on top of the church fell, and a portion of the Ouse Bridge was destroyed and swept away by the river. Now, while they were making repairs to the bridge, pieces that had previously been the steeple of the church was used as the foundation of the new section of the bridge, effectively making Trinity Church and the Ouse Bridge what was built in the day and fell in the night. And the steeple from Trinity Church, the highest stone, was the foundation of the bridge, and the lowest stone of the bridge fulfilling her prophecy that she had said before. So unfortunately, Mother Shipton was also blamed for the negative things and horrible things that happened because she had the ability to prophesy, if you will, and tell people of things that were coming to pass. Obviously, she didn't have no connections to the devil or anything, if you will. She obviously had a gift to foretell the future and prophesy, which, if you think of it, is paranormal. The fact that she had these gifts and these abilities to foretell the future and of things that were about to happen. So this next one is about Heaven's Gate. It was this new religious movement. It was founded in '74 by Bonnie Nettles and Marshall Applewhite, home within the T and Doe, respectively. Nettles and Applewhite first met in '72. But anyways, it was like this UFO cult. The group stopped recruiting and instituted a monastic lifestyle at one point. They described the theology of Heaven's Gate as a mixture of Christian millennialism and New Age and UFOlogy, and has been characterized as a UFO religion. Now, as you all know, in the around '97, they discovered the bodies of 39 members of the group, including that of Applewhite in this house in the San Diego suburb of Rancho Santa Fe. They participated in a mass suicide, a coordinated series of ritual suicides coinciding with the closest approach of the comet Hale-Bopp. Just before the mass suicide, the group's website was updated with the message that Hale-Bopp brings closer to Heaven's Gate. Our 22 years of classroom here on Earth is finally coming to conclusion. Graduation from the human evolutionary level, we are happy prepared to leave this world and go with T's crew. Now, the reason this is in the Paranormal Plus video is their site is still up and running. If you would go to the Heaven's Gate website, you will see that it is still up and running, even though the members are dead. So who's running this website of this cult? Now, they believe it was two of the members that defected and whatnot, and that they supposedly are running the website, but there's been no evidence to actually show that they are. They claim they are, but there's nothing to really show that they are. But you know what? Here's the website. It's really interesting that the website is still up and about, even though the people committed mass suicide. So here it is. So here it is, if you will, the website. It still has like the '90s graphics on it that says the thing I told you, Hale-Bopp brings closer to Heaven's Gate. You scroll down, it all is still working. It's got like their vital information for their website, their literature, all this, if you will. Their position against suicide, which I find interesting because they all actually did commit suicide. So I don't know how they have a position against suicide when their group did. As you see, the site's still up and running, even though the members of Heaven's Gate are dead. So as you can see, that's why that part of the video is paranormal, because who's running the site? How is this site still running? And you're like, oh, maybe it's just an updated site. I mean, a site that hasn't been updated. And it's like, no, because how services work when you, you know, run your website through a particular service. When you run it through, you know, your domain, the domain, you have to continue to keep updating it and continue to at least pay them, if you will, and keep your account active, which means somebody is keeping this account active. But if the members are dead, who's keeping it active? Is it ghosts or spirits? And that's why it's in this Paranormal Plus video. And Mother Shipton, because where is she getting these prophecies? From the beyond? And that's why this is in Paranormal Plus videos and continuation of Feartober for this year. So comment back down below of what you think of these particular stories and what your opinion is. I'd like to hear your feedback. Check the description bar down below as well to see all the links and stuff that we'll have there. And tell me what you think of both of these particular stories of the prophecies of Mother Shipton and Heaven's Gate's website still being open. And comment down below if you remember the whole Heaven's Gate incident of the '90s. I'd like to hear your feedback. We have more Paranormal Plus videos coming up this month because, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, if you like Paranormal Plus videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of future Paranormal Plus videos. And that's all the stories we have for today of this episode of Paranormal Plus. Thank you for watching and comment down below. And now it's time for the outro.
As always, remember, when conventional science and conventional wisdom hold no answers, might we finally turn to the unconventional and improbable as the answers. Until next time, I've been your host for Paranormal Plus. I'm Mordecai Lacrosse. I'll see you on the other side.